Hey yo, what's up everybody? It's B Militant. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host here on the Redskins review. You guys, first things first, rejoice. The Redskins were not selected for Hard Knocks. I know there's a lot of people out there who really wanted the Redskins to be on Hard Knocks, and I'm telling you it's going to be nothing but just a headache. It would be nothing but a headache. This franchise needs to turn its shit around, and us being on Hard Knocks with cameras everywhere, Jay Gruden might be his last year here. It's just nothing but distractions, and I want to see a team thrive and break through this barrier of 7-9 seasons and stuff like that. And I just don't see it happening with all these new pieces to our football team, like all these new draft picks that we have high hopes for and stuff like that, and just all this stuff going on for us. And then you're telling me there's going to be cameras in our face, and just if there's something bad publicity that's going to happen to the football team, and then we have all those cameras there, man, it's just a recipe for disaster in my opinion. So we dodged a bullet. I think we dodged a bullet. The Raiders are going to be on Hard Knocks, not us. Next little thing I got to get to, Trent Williams. And, I'm not really sure how to feel about this whole Trent Williams thing. I'm kind of torn. I've seen people say, Trent Williams is a Redskins legend, and whatever he says goes. We better pay this man, do whatever to get him to come back. And then on the other side, I'm sitting here thinking, this is why the NFL is so hard. This is why the NFL is so hard to succeed, because we always have to be thinking about replacing people. I think I saw an article that said Trent Williams hasn't played a full season since like 2013 or something like that. Something ridiculous. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that, but that's what I believe I remember I read. And it's just like, man, I see the other side of it too. And that's why the NFL is so hard, because even though we have someone so reliable as Trent Williams that we think, who else is better at the left tackle position in the NFL? And then we're sitting here dealing with drama like this. The guy wants to get paid more. We don't know if, this is really over a medical thing, or he's just trying to get paid, or he wants to go somewhere and win. You know what I mean? Like, he could just make it out of here and go somewhere and win or something. We don't know what he wants. We don't know if this is just a tactic to get more money because he knows he can only get like one more payday before he's too old. We don't know. And that's why you always hear me harp about, whenever we're in the draft, I want to get high draft picks on the offensive and defensive lines for this very reason. It's hard to maintain a good offensive and defensive line. And that's what I was saying a couple years back when we first got Brandon Sheriff, and our offensive line was playing really well. Morgan Moses, we drafted him, didn't think we didn't really think Morgan Moses was going to end up being the Morgan Moses that we know today, you know what I mean? So we're sitting there, and we had this offensive line playing really well, and I somewhere on this channel I said to you guys, hey, you better cherish this moment. When's the last time we've had such a good offensive line, play this well for a couple seasons in a row? We just haven't seen it. Now you see why it's so hard. Like, Trent Williams, I don't know what his deal is. I don't know if this is really a medical thing or what. But no matter what, even if we keep Trent Williams somehow, even if we pay him money to stay or something, whatever, even if he stays, we need to have a plan to replace him. You always got to have a plan to replace somebody. It doesn't matter who it is. You know what I mean? We always have to have that next man up. We always have to. That's how you build a good football team. People are going to get hurt. Trent Williams gets hurt all year, apparently. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't know what to feel. I feel both directions. Trent Williams has been around for a really long time. He's played very good, but also I see the other direction as well. I mean, if the dude wants a shit ton of money and he can't stay on the football field, I see both sides of it. And if it comes down to anything like, oh, who's to blame here? Is it the Redskins or whatever? It probably is the Redskins. I'm on that bandwagon. That is probably the Redskins' fault. All right, so that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Another topic, Jay Gruden. Man, you guys know. I don't know if I can say you guys know how I feel, because I kind of change my mind on Jay Gruden all the time, because I want to like him so much. I really do. I just really like Jay Gruden as a coach, man. I just do. But something when you know what I'm talking about, where he was asked something to do with I forget what whether it's like Dwayne Haskins or someone playing. I forget what he was asked, but he was like, "Well, if we don't make the playoffs this year, I'm not going to be back next year." And it was a real big joke, and everyone laughed about it. But I'm not fucking laughing about it. It's this, you know what I mean? Like, I like Jay Gruden a lot, but it just turns me off, man. So other people think it's funny. I don't think it's funny that you're talking about, like, you're talking about your job as if it's a joke. Like, being the Redskins head coach is a joke. Like, oh, if we don't make the playoffs this year, I'm going to be gone next year. Like as if he's already told that he's going to be gone. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't take that as a joke. There's some things that you don't joke about, and I just personally don't think that's one to joke about. I don't think that's a good sign, and I don't think it's anything to joke about. And you know me, the reason I like Jay Gruden is because he does joke around and stuff like that. He's a guy that is easy to like, but I just don't see that as a classy joke, or however you want to word that. I don't see that as a good joke. I don't think that should be joked about. You know what I mean? It may be funny to him because he might have a job somewhere else or something like that, but this team's going to be left without someone to lead it. You know what I mean? Like, we might be worse off without Jay Gruden, and he's like sitting there making a joke about, like, oh, I might be gone and this or that, like it. And I get, like I said, I get that he's like, maybe that's his defense mechanism of like making a bad situation better just by joking about it or whatever. But talking about your job, losing your job, that's nothing to joke about, in my opinion. I'm sure some people might not agree with that. I don't know. That's up to you guys. It's just my personal opinion. But the main topic of this video is going to be, what was the best offseason move that the Redskins had over the offseason? Now that the draft's out of the way, we signed most of all of our draft picks. We acquired some people in free agency. So that's my question to you guys. I want to know in the comments, let me know what you think. What was our best offseason / draft move in general, the best one? And it's kind of really hard because I really do think we did have a pretty good offseason and draft. But for me, if you're asking me what I think was the best offseason move that we did, I would say re-signing Adrian Peterson. To me, that was the number one big, like, without Adrian Peterson, we have a lot of unknown at the running back position. We have a lot of people who can't stay healthy. You know what I mean? Like, P. Ryan fumbles the damn ball. I mean, we're really hurting. And to me, that was our bright spot of last season, was watching Adrian Peterson, go over 1,000 yards, even, and, really help our defense at times. And I just think that's, if we have a recipe to win this year, it's going to be, whether it's Dwayne Haskins or what's his face playing, Case Keenum playing quarterback for us. I mean, our recipe is going to be running the football and stopping the run and playing good defense. That's literally going to be how we win. I don't see Case Keenum coming in here slinging the football around. I don't see Dwayne Haskins coming in here slinging the football around. That's going to be our recipe for winning. That was our recipe for winning last year when we did win. And I just think Adrian Peterson was the biggest offseason move for us. I mean, without him, we have so many unknowns. Even like Chris Thompson, has had trouble staying healthy and stuff like that. So, I mean, there's a lot of offseason moves. Getting Landon Collins, that could be your answer. Trying to shore up the safety spot. We've had issues with safeties. I'm really high on Monty Nicholson. He has to be the best safety that we've drafted in a really long time. I mean, I know there's some other, like Kyshawn Jarrett was a good one for us, but I don't know, man. But that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Landon Collins, getting Landon Collins on the offseason, re-signing Matt Ioannidis, drafting Dwayne Haskins, drafting Montez Sweat. There's a lot of answers for what was the best offseason move that we've had this year. So that's basically it. That's basically the video. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think about everything I talked about. The Hard Knocks, Trent Williams, Jay Gruden laughing and joking about might get fired. Probably looking like he's going to get fired. I mean, I don't know what this team's going to do. We could be surprised. Who knows? I don't know. But to me, if you're going to ask me right now if we're going to the playoffs, if you want me to be realistic, I don't know. I don't think so. I would say unless one of these quarterbacks, whether it's Case Keenum or Dwayne Haskins, can come in and give us a different dimension of throwing the football down the field, and we have wide receivers that can actually stay healthy and go and up and get the ball. I mean, it's going to be hard for us to sit there with our game plan, which is, playing good defense and running the football. That's a good strategy. That's a good place to start. But if we don't have in NFL, man, you got to have a lot of different things you can show different teams, or they're going to hone in on what you're doing. So that's basically the video. Hail to the Redskins. See you guys in the next one. Peace.